Well, it's the end of a parliamentary sitting week, and it's been a really important one for the nation and for the Parliament. And today, just to give you an idea of what it's like down here, I'm a member of the Parliament's Environment Committee, and we're doing an inquiry into feral cats, and we have a day of hearings with experts on that issue. Two quick, scary factoids. There are in fact over 2 million feral cats in Australia, and each and every day, they kill something like 6 million native animals, so it's a big environmental problem. And then after that, I'm taking myself off to see some of the great projects that Australia's Renewable Energy Agency is funding. It does such a great job in promoting new technology in the renewable energy space. But it has been an important week in the Parliament, and this week we've introduced legislation which has been passed through the House of Reps to extend JobKeeper for another 6 months. And we know that JobKeeper has just been so important to supporting businesses, but also 3.5 million Australians who otherwise could have lost their employment. But there's been some other really important legislation which hasn't hit the news so much. So for example, this week we've introduced new legislation to improve Australia's recycling as part of the PM's plan to make sure that we're doing more of our own recycling in Australia rather than exporting the problem. And we've also introduced legislation to provide for the $1 billion that we've announced to support the Clean Energy Finance Corporation. And this is money that's specifically going to provide grid reliability as we expand renewable energy. And it's going to fund things like new batteries, new transmission lines, hydropower, and projects like that that will support renewable energy. So these are really important bills for the country. Of course, Parliament has been a bit different this week. We've had the hybrid virtual Parliament with some MPs unable to be here participating by video conferencing. It's also a week when we've seen lots of MPs in public spaces wearing the ubiquitous masks, and I want to give a shout out to Ross Dixon, who lives in our electorate, who's been making these masks, and he sent me a couple to raise money for the Black Dog Foundation to support people with mental health problems. So that's this week's update. Look forward to catching up with you soon.
Authorised by Trent Zimmerman, Liberal Party, North Sydney.